the tape. 2 mile 5 furlongs the trip. And off, and they're racing over 2 mile 5. And this is the Quinbet Novices Limited Handicap Chase, just jumping 3 fences on either side of the track today. Just the 3 fences positioned on the far side. Short run towards the first, where rather awkward at the back of the field was Quid Pro Quo in the first colours of JP McManus, the green and gold with the white cap. And they'll just jump 3 in the straight as well. They're not jumping the open ditch today. So a total of 12 to take over this 2 mile 5 furlong journey. Bommeliston is going to take the second fence in front from Any News, and then there's a length back to A Different Kind. They're the first 3. Ridden along early after jumping that second fence was Solo Saxophone, the oldest runner in the lineup, but the chasing debutant in the field today in the yellow and light blue. Now at the back of the field has been passed by Quid Pro Quo, and off the pace at this early stage is Pull Again Green, bypassing where the third fence in the back straight would normally be as they go over the rise over on the far side of the track. They're taken along by the Bommeliston, Nico de Boinville leading Any News by a length. Any News in the hands of Harry Cobden. There's 2 lengths to A Different Kind and Brian Hughes, and then a couple more to Pull Again Green. And Liam Harrison racing towards the outside of Quid Pro Quo, and Solo Saxophone got in to the bottom of that fence and gets a reminder from his rider Harry Bannister, having jumped that fence over on the far side. That was the third, and they'll face 3 more when they swing into the straight. Leading the way is the Bommeliston, got no further than the second at Worcester on chasing debut, but makes his progress towards fence number 4 here, the first of the 3 fences in the straight. Leads by about a length from the course and distance winner Different Kind. Towards the right, towards the left is Any News as they cross the first plain fence in the straight. Quid Pro Quo is next, along with Pull Again Green, and then a couple of lengths to Solo Saxophone. So bypassing the open ditch, they're making their way towards the 2 fences that'll lead them up towards the stands, and then they'll have another circuit ahead of them. So on towards fence number 5. Any News has come through to join issue with the Bommeliston, and the Bommeliston being tracked by A Different Kind, and Pull Again Green races just behind Any News towards the left. Any News went through the top of that fence. Quid Pro Quo, who was second in the valuable Clark Chase here last time, is close up in 5th place. And Solo Saxophone has not been jumping that well and is the back marker of the bunch, and again was rather deliberate at fence number 6 of 12 as they head past the stands in the Quinbet Novices Limited Handicap Chase and make their way left-handed out towards the far side of the course, taken along by the Bommeliston, whose previous win came here at Uttoxeter. Leads by a length from Any News, handy in second. Any News looking for a first chase win today. Close up A Different Kind, and then a length and a half back to Pull Again Green, just having his third start over fences. 3 parts of a length to Quid Pro Quo. And then the Solo Saxophone, he's got onto the tail of the main group again as they jump the first of 3 down the back. All over that one safely, with the Bommeliston still making the running and leading Any News. They've been 1 and 2 from the outset, with A Different Kind just sitting in behind in third, going the shortest way, racing wider Pull Again Green, and only a length then back to Quid Pro Quo. They go over the second on the far side, and the Bommeliston hit that fence very hard indeed and was joined by Any News. Struggling to keep up once more, Solo Saxophone at the back of the field. They've got 1 more to take over on the far side, then 3 when they swing in, and Any News has come through now to dispute it and possibly head the Bommeliston as they go towards the last down the back. Still, that just sitting in behind the front 2 is A Different Kind. Brian Hughes, the champion jockey, on board, and then a length and a half to Pull Again Green, who still travels well enough, as does Quid Pro Quo, and ridden along at the back of the field. 5 lengths back is Solo Saxophone. So coming into the wings of the last on the far side, 4 from the finish. Any News took it first, with Bommeliston being pushed along to try and get back on terms by Nico de Boinville, but has been joined for second by the strong travelling A Different Kind. Pull Again Green and Quid Pro Quo, they have their chance in behind the front 3, both going pretty well, and then Solo Saxophone, the one who's really struggling at the back of the field and now being eased down somewhat as they race into the straight and head towards the final 3 fences. On the right, Any News, on the left, A Different Kind, and Solo Saxophone has been pulled up before taking 3 from home. Different Kind has come through now to join Any News. A Different Kind travelling really strongly in the hands of Brian Hughes, with a 2-length break back to Quid Pro Quo to make good ground into 3rd place. Pull Again Green has gone through into 4th. Bommeliston has dropped right away as they now race towards the last 2 fences, and it's A Different Kind and Any News 1 and 2 as they come towards the second last. A Different Kind made a bad mistake, he got away with it, landed too clear from Any News in second. Quid Pro Quo is a length back in third. There's 3 or 4 lengths to Pull Again Green, and looks held back in 4th, heading towards the last. A Different Kind at the final fence, jumped that one much better. Any News took it in second. Quid pro quo in third. They race up towards the line, a different kind out in front. It's 2 lengths clear from any news in second place, and a different kind will win again here at Uttoxeter. They just made that one bad mistake, 2 from home, but otherwise jumped pretty well. Any news was second, Quid Pro Quo third, Pull Again Green next, and then the Bomber Liston. It's raised. They're off. This is the Elite Handicap Chase, our feature of the afternoon, and they're racing over 3 1/4 miles with 15 fences to take, starting near the entrance to the home straight, racing towards the first obstacle, pretty much in line with the exception of Land of Smiles, who's last of the group as they cross the first, and they'll now bypass the open ditch, and they're taken along by Courtmaster. Courtmaster making it in the orange and black, accompanied very closely by last year's winner Ruthless Article in the pink and red. The grey is Hell Red, and just in behind them in the blue and white is Fiddux as they race on towards fence number 2. Back marker is Land of Smiles, but almost 4 in line abreast as they come towards the second fence. And it was just Courtmaster who landed in front for Richie McClernand as they head on towards the third, with the 2 circuits ahead of them. Courtmaster on the right, on the left is Fiddux, and then half a length away is the grey Hell Red as they cross the third. It'll be the last in a couple of circuits' time. Going the inside route is Ruthless Article under Brian Hughes, and then there's a couple of lengths to Land of Smiles. Sean Bowen in no hurry in the early stages, has this one in behind the leading quartet as they make the run out towards the far side in the afternoon's feature race, the Elite Handicap Chase. 3 fences to take over on the far side today, and Courtmaster, who found support in the market beforehand, leads by a length. Fiddux in the cheek pieces for the first time today is in second, half a length to Ruthless Article, and Hell Red, who's racing a little wide as they cross the first down the back, and Land of Smiles took it in 5th place. Heading on then towards their next fence. This is fence number 5, and it's still Courtmaster and Fiddux. Now very little to choose between the pair from Hell Red and Ruthless Article. Land of Smiles just tucked in behind them as they cross the next plain one over on the far side. Just brushing through the top was Land of Smiles, didn't lose a lot of ground. It's about 4 lengths behind the pace-setting duo. Fiddux has taken his turn out in front as they make this fairly lengthy run towards the last on the far side this time round. It's fence number 6. Fiddux in the hands of Tom Cannon and Courtmaster and Richie McClernand. Not a great deal to choose between the pair, with Hell Red very much the youngster of the party. 6-year-old taking on 4 10-year-olds in the lineup. Is sharing 3rd place with Ruthless Article. And then Land of Smiles as they head towards the last on the far side this time round. Courtmaster back on terms with Fiddux as they go to this fence. And there a mistake by Ruthless Article. Last year's winner hit that fence hard. And not for the first time today, Brian Hughes had to sit tight. They make the descent into the straight, head towards their departure points, and head on towards fences 7, 8 and 9. Courtmaster back over fences today, having had a couple of runs over hurdles since joining Neil Mulholland. Leads the very consistent Fiddux in 2nd place. Ruthless Article shares 3rd with Hell Red and Land of Smiles looking on. Coming towards the first in the straight and all over safely. Again bypassing the open ditch and making their way towards the 8th fence. It'll be the second last in a circuit's time, and only 4 lengths covers the party. Fiddux and Courtmaster still share the lead as they race on towards the next. Hell Red, another back over the larger obstacles, having had a spell over hurdles and looking to improve an impressive strike rate over fences of 5 from 7 before today as they come towards the next. Ruthless Article close up on the inside, and Land of Smiles biding his time in 5th. But barely 3 lengths covers the party as they head up towards the 9th fence. The fence in front of the stands. Fiddux, Courtmaster, Ruthless Article still on the inside, Hell Red right there, and Land of Smiles travelling strongly in behind them. A circuit to go, they pass the judge, and it's Courtmaster and Fiddux together. Ruthless Article, who took this race last year for Rebecca Curtis and Brian Hughes. That's on the back of a 2nd in the Summer Cup, and he was 2nd in the Summer Cup this year as well. It's to follow up last year's performance as they make the run out towards the far side of the track. Hell Red is there on the outside of Ruthless Article, and only half a length to Land of Smiles. They move towards 6 from home, the first on the far side. No change in the order there. Fiddux and Courtmaster together. Hell Red and Ruthless Article in close attendance, and 3 parts back to Land of Smiles. Moving on towards the next on the far side. This is 5 from the finish, and all five runners travelling strongly. Land of Smiles, again, just clipped the top of that fence, but he's still very much on terms with the other four as they head over the mound on the far side of the track and race towards 4 from the finish, the last in the back straight. With the advantage, Fiddux, as Cheek Piece is on for the first time today. Fellow Cheek Piece runner, Courtmaster, up sides. Another Cheek Piece runner moving forward now from the back of the field. Land of Smiles just finding a nice slot between the pair. And then Ruthless Article only a length away. Hell Red bang there on the outside as they race then towards the last in the back straight. 4 from the finish, pushed along on the inside. Courtmaster, Land of Smiles has made significant ground into second. Fiddux drops back a length and a half away. He's pushed along for the first time. Ruthless Article still in contention on the inside, and Hell Red far from out of it. They make the turn left-handed. They descend towards the home straight. They've got just over half a mile to travel and only 3 more fences to take. And Land of Smiles has come from last to first in very smooth fashion and has taken over, but the other 4 are all breathing down his neck as Courtmaster, one of the first to feel the pinch, is pushed along. Ruthless Article is just behind the leader, Land of Smiles. Then Hell Red and Fiddux beginning to feel the pinch as well, has dropped away last of the group. They bypass the ditch, they head towards the second last. Land of Smiles, right in his slipstream is Hell Red. Courtmaster keeping on for pressure. Ruthless Article just struggling to go with them at this stage, but still only 3 or 4 lengths down. They head towards 2 out. Land of Smiles now being ridden for the first time. Courtmaster renewing effort on the right, on the left, Hell Red. As they come towards the second last, only a couple of lengths between them. Another mistake for Ruthless Article, then Fiddux, but it's Land of Smiles who leads towards the last. A length clear from in second place. Hell Red and Courtmaster together over the final fence. It's Land of Smiles who's over safely. Land of Smiles for Sean Bowen on the near side. Hell Red, Harry Cobden, far side Courtmaster, Richie McClernand, but it's Land of Smiles with the lead. He's been given a cracking ride and comes through to score and land the day's feature. Land of Smiles close to second, Courtmaster and Hell Red, then last year's winner Ruthless Article, and finally Fiddux. They're off. This is the Amos Vincent Frederick Clark handicap chase. Short Cross Storm is a confirmed front runner, is very handy towards the right, towards the left Ron Burgundy. Wide apart the 2 leaders, wasn't much between them on landing. Between runners is the Scottish Raider, that's Sir Apollo in the orange and black, and then close up is Big Norm in the green with the yellow sleeves and the yellow cap. Cresswell Queen is next, and Joey Steele the back marker as they jump at fence number 2. Heading up past the stands with a couple of circuits ahead of them, and making the running is Short Cross Storm. They're going a good clip, leading a length clear. Sir Apollo vies for second with Big Norm. Now just dropping in behind them in 4th place is Ron Burgundy. Ron Burgundy in the orange and purple. In the red and white is Cresswell Queen. And looking on from the back is Joey Steele under Ellis Collier as they swing into the back straight and head now towards the first of the 3 over on the far side today. Short Cross Storm leads a length clear. Sir Apollo over in second, and then a couple of lengths to the 3rd. That is Big Norm, not quite as quick as the front 2 at that one. A length to the Worcester scorer, Ron Burgundy, who's racing wide of Cresswell Queen, the only mare in the lineup, and then Joey Steele at the back as they go on towards another plain fence over on the far side. Short Cross Storm takes it first, jumped it fluently, landed 2 to the good from Sir Apollo as they press on over on the far side of the track. Ron Burgundy, Charlie Todd in a share of 3rd place with Big Norm, who finished behind Ron Burgundy when they met at Worcester last time. Then a couple of lengths to the next, Cresswell Queen, a winner at Newton Abbot earlier in the year. And the back marker, Joey Steele, our best turned out winner. They're racing over the rise on the far side of the track and heading towards their 5th fence, the last in the back straight. Short Cross Storm making the running under David Noonan. He too a Newton Abbot winner earlier in the season, where he built up a long lead and didn't come back to the others. He's adopting similar tactics today, not quite so far ahead though, just 3 or 4 lengths to the good from Sir Apollo as they leave the back straight on this circuit, but he's just stretching the advantage as they take the turn into the straight. Behind Sir Apollo, racing together, Ron Burgundy on the outside of the green, black and yellow colours of Big Norm. They turn left-handed, swing into the straight. Cresswell Queen, sporting the hood and the tongue tie, is on the inside of Joey Steele, who's patiently ridden by Ellis Collier at the back of the field, and they cross the first in the straight. Joey Steele just with a tendency to jump out to his right at the fences, but still very much in touch with the others as they head up the straight and make their way on towards fence number 7. Setting good fractions out in front, Short Cross Storm has 3 or 4 lengths to spare from Sir Apollo, Ron Burgundy, on Burgundy. He's wearing the visor once again that he wore successfully for the first time at Worcester. He'll cross this fence in third place, followed by Big Norm, and again out to the right at the back of the field. More markedly so this time was Joey Steele. Last of the main group is Cresswell's Queen. She's about 3 or 4 lengths ahead of Joey Steele. A Short Cross Storm continues to jump well out in front with a circuit to go in this Amos Vincent Frederick Clark handicap. Short Cross Storm by 3 lengths from Sir Apollo, Ron Burgundy. There's only half a length between that pair. They've put 5 lengths between themselves and the next. That's the improving Cresswell Queen. Losing his pitch is Big Norm. He's come under quite a strong drive, and also firmly off the bridle at the back of the field is Joey Steele. Now the best part of 12, maybe 15 lengths behind the pace-setting leader, which is Short Cross Storm, who goes towards the next fence, the first on the far side, 6 from home, and Joey Steele blundered that time as they head over on the far side and race towards the middle one of 3 in the back, 5 out. Short Cross Storm has a lead, but still very much in touch in second and third. Ron Burgundy and Sir Apollo. Cresswell Queen has been patiently ridden, and she's steadily making ground towards the front 3. Then there's a gap opening up to Big Norm, and Joey Steele further behind as they head towards the end of the back straight, now being driven along in front to maintain the advantage by David Noon, and Short Cross Storm leads, but Ron Burgundy has closed the gap to only 2 or 3 lengths. Sir Apollo next, Cresswell Queen on that one's tail. A couple of lengths to Big Norm, who's responding well to his rider's urgings as they head towards the end of the back straight, and then there's a good 15 lengths back to Joey Steele, but only half a dozen lengths now covers the front 5 as they go towards the last on the far side. 4 from the finish, still with the advantage. Short Cross Storm is jumping, standing him in good stead. Now Ron Burgundy is ridden along in second. Travelling smoothly into third place is Cresswell Queen, making good progress on the inside for Harry Reid, and she's going best of those 3 at present. There's 8 lengths now to the weakening Sir Apollo, then Big Norm, and they make the run into the home straight, and they head inside the last half mile. 3 more fences to take. Ron Burgundy sent on as Short Cross Storm backpedals quickly. He's a spent force. Cresswell Queen is now the nearest pursuer to Ron Burgundy as they cross 3 out, and this pair are forging on from Short Cross Storm in third. So they race then towards the final 2 fences with the advantage. Ron Burgundy challenged strongly by Cresswell Queen. Ron Burgundy's picking up the pressure, now being ridden is Cresswell Queen in second place as they race towards the last 2 fences. These 2 look to have it between them. They've gone 12, 15 lengths clear of Short Cross Storm, and they're there racing around that fence and bypassing that fence, so they head towards the final fence, and heading towards it is Ron Burgundy on the left, on the right Cresswell Queen. They're a long way clear of back in third place in the yellow and green colour, staying on Big Norm, but over the final fence it is Ron Burgundy who leads. Cresswell Queen closed up in the straight to challenge, but she can find no more, and heading towards the line it's Ron Burgundy and Charlie Todd following up their Worcester win, and ridden out wins by 5. From Cresswell Queen in second, back in third was Big Norm, then the front running Short Cross Storm, and they were clear of Sir Apollo.